It's Green Hills News. It's Green Hills News. Everything you want to know about Green Hills. It's Green Hills News. It's Green Hills News. We're about to give you all the news from Green Hills, Tennessee. Yes, Green Hills, Tennessee is part of Nashville, Tennessee. It's not really a township. It's not even a subdivision. It used to be a subdivision. It started out as a subdivision back in the 1920s, but somehow it got lost and it became just an area, a very shishi area, because this area known as Green Hills possesses the most shishi mall in the United States of America. And if you don't believe it, just go visit the mall. Just go visit the Louis Vuitton store. How many malls have a Louis Vuitton store? And, you know, that stuff is so expensive. It's so expensive. I mean, they only have to sell one thing a day. And not even that, one thing every month to make their nut. And then they've got Tiffany's. Tiffany's is there. I mean, what other place is more expensive than Tiffany's? Maybe Louis Vuitton, maybe Tiffany's, maybe they just juggle to try to be the most expensive store in the mall, in the world. But today, we're going to hear a report from one of our roving reporters. Phoebe Reed is out and she's going to tell us all about a new restaurant that's coming to town. Take it away, Phoebe.
Thanks, Bruce. I'm right here standing from an old sushi restaurant that is gonna be turned into a new First Watch. Back to you, Bruce.
Well, I guess we know now what's going in there. Yes, it was Kohana. Kohana, sad to say, has gone away. They had great sushi, and they hung a sign on the door that said, "You didn't come here often enough, people." And we feel guilty about that because we really enjoyed it, and it's too bad it has to go away. But if you're going to replace a Kohana, put in a First Watch. That's what my wife and I have been saying for 200 years. We've been saying, put in a First Watch in Green Hills. It's nothing but liquid gold. And their lunches, their granola comes from Tiffany's. It comes from Tiffany's, and it's got little bits of crystal in it, and I think it's crystal. It's kind of shiny. And now, here's our Cub reporter, Ethan Reed, in Green Hills.
Green Hills? I thought you said Hendersonville. My sister always yells at me, so I can't hear very well. Back to you, Bruce.
Thanks, Ethan. That was most confusing. So for the 4th of July, my grandkids got me a hamster. And here he is. His name is Percy. He's a hamster from Cumming, Georgia. I'm forever grateful for my hamster. And they don't eat too much. They seem to be pretty self-sufficient if you give them like a piece of hay every now and then. But man, when they have a movement, watch out, because it's huge. And now, our Green Hills historian, Gary Muledeer.
I'm Gary Muledeer, and I belong to the Spearfish Canyon Country Club in the Black Hills of western South Dakota. Our pro is a 16. Never join a country club if a sign on the clubhouse says, "Public restrooms, children eat free." Anyway, Green Hills, let me get back to the subject. Green Hills is a great place. I've driven through Green Hills several times. I've been driven through Green Hills a lot. Green Hills started out a long time ago. A lot of people don't realize this. It was actually Blue Green Hills. And then when the Confederates took over, it became the Gray Green Hills. And then that's where the Battle of Franklin was all about. It was all about Green Hills. If you read anything about John Bell Hood and Schofield and Grant or anybody like that, honest to God, it all happened in Green Hills. Gray Hills. No, Blue Green Hills. Gray Hill. Are we through?
It's Green Hills News. It's Green Hills News. Everything you want you to know about Green Hills. We're not a town. We're not even a metropolitan area. We're just what you'd call a municipality. There's no actual census covering Green Hills, so you people that just moved here, be grateful because no one knows.